Hello everyone, I'm Jessie from Team Backhand. It's such a pleasure to be here to present our project Ready Rental. Before we start the presentation, I would like to give a huge thanks to our tutor Kitman, who has been of great help and always supportive. Apart from that, and most importantly, a big shout out to all our members. Everyone has contributed greatly to the project. Some of them might read less code due to their tight time schedule, because the majority of us has either full-time job or part-time job or kids and family to take care of, but each one of them has committed themselves fully to the project. I really appreciate their hard work, and I couldn't ask for a better team. Next, let's get started with our project, Ready Rental. There will be three main topics in this presentation. First of all, I'm gonna give you a brief introduction to our project, and then our team members will walk you through the website by a live demo. Lastly, the DevOps will present some information about our website deployment. Ready Rental is a customer-to-customer platform focusing on renting properties. It will have two key types of users, tenants and landlords. On the website, tenants can conveniently look for properties to rent and make inspiration inquiries by sending emails to the property owners. Landlords can find potential tenants simply by listing their properties on the platform and receive emails from their potential tenants and communicate with them. You will find out more details during our live demo of the website. As for tech stack, we used to build up the website, we applied what we learned from the course. Basically, at the front end, we mainly used React, class components, hooks, and the style component, and some other UI libraries. And at the server side, we applied Node.js and Express. MongoDB is used as our website, as our database with Mongoose on top of it. For deployments, we use AWS, EC2, S3, and Jenkins. And also we have used Jira as our project management platform. We have mainly used two websites as our reference. The next slide, please. For the functional part, we mostly borrowed ideas from realestate.com and also a small part of the UI. And the rest of the UI, we have used one of the templates on ThemeForest, which is a website providing website themes and templates for projects. Last but not least, Ready Rental is built bit by bit up by our best and awesome team members. We have 9 developers, 2 DevOps, and 1 BA. They are Alan, Aries, Frank, Jane, Jesse, Jack, Jay-Z, Rachel, and me as developers, and also Ada and Ryan as DevOps, and also Fendi as a BA. All right, now it comes to the most important part, the live demo. Our other team members will start to show you our website. First comes Iris, who will start with our register and the login function. Iris, please.
Okay, first of all, welcome to our website. You can see our website is a modern property rental website. And let's say we have two kinds of user. One is landlord, the other is the rental. And if you want to join our website as a new landlord, you can use our join functions. Okay, if you didn't input anything inside the email or password, or input the invalid password, invalid email, you'll get a validation error message. And if you use the email which is already registered in our website, we also got information that the email is already exist. Okay, let's now make a new account. And after you input the information, your account will be created. And now we can open the console and see from the local storage. Our token and your email address and the user ID is saved here. We use Redux to deal with the email and the ID because we need to display your email in every header of every page. Besides that, if you use the logout, you can see your token and your email and ID will be clear here. Okay, you already have an account. Let's use the sign-in function. First of all, if you input a wrong password, you will get information that the password is invalid. And it's a very common case that the user registered in our website but forgets their password. So we also provide forget password function for them to reset the password. Okay, let's use the email address we have and click the button. You will see there is an email sent to your email address, and let's check it. Let's check the email. You can see there is a link with token inside the link. And when you click it, it will lead you to the password reset page. And now you're able to update your password. After your password is updated, you are able to use it to sign in. Okay, let's sign in with new one. Okay, we are back to the home page. As we log in, you can see the header is changed from 2 buttons to a menu to let you to use other functions. Now let my team member Alan to introduce you how to post and edit a property in our website.
Okay, thank you, Aris. Now, as a landlord, after they have successfully created an account with us after followed the previous steps illustrated by Aris, they can be able to post the properties that they would like to rent on our website. So as one of the major functions, users can post a new property either by clicking the Get Started icon located on the top right of the page, or go to user drop-down menu and click Manage Rental Listings, which navigate to the Manage Listing page, and then click the plus New Listing button here. This will bring them to our property listing page, which asks for all the basic information about this property, including address, available date, price, and property images, etc. And all the basic information is required on this page. So if any of the required field is missing, error messages will show under each input boxes accordingly. So for illustration purpose, we will put a random property here to show the process of adding a new property on our website. The address should be a real address that truly exists to simulate a real world situation. Some common property features are also provided here as checkboxes for landlord to choose from, so that they do not need to say them again in later sections, like descriptions. Besides, for the image uploading section, users can choose to upload one image or multiple images in a time. Even if they select the images separately, they can still be able to store all the images during this period after the submit button is clicked. As shown in the message displayed below, after one picture is selected, there will be one image uploaded. And then after the submit button is clicked, the property is stored successfully. After that, our website would automatically navigate to the My Listing page, which lists all the properties that the user ever posted on our website. And from here, the user can navigate to the edit page to modify any information to the property he would like to make any changes, or delete any of the properties modified here if the property is no longer available. So for illustration purpose, we will do some simple changes to the information, and then you can see the change has been reviewed here. Okay, that basically sums up the main process for managing properties on our website. And now let me introduce my teammate JZ to show the searching function on the homepage.
Okay, now I'm going to introduce the search function of our website. At first, we added autocomplete function for the search input. As you can see, users can select the correct address they want. You can search like specific state or city here. Of course, users can clear what they have input by clicking the icon beside. And we also added debouncing in this input so that users can avoid unintended touch or other issues like typos or wrong order of words. We use Google Map API to complete this function. We also added a filter below the search input, include bed numbers and price filters. After the search, we can get the search results, and there is a sorting button on the corner. We can sort the results by the price of the properties. We also set a pagination function for this search result page on the bottom of this page. Okay, so after selecting the specific property, we can get into the detailed page to view the details. So next, my teammate Jack will introduce the logic behind the search function.
All right, thanks, Jay-Z. So the logic behind this property search for me is quite complicated. First off, you have to like screen out and resolve the string with a different amount of words. And the trickiest part is to tackle such input and figure out the word or words belongs to which view. Now you can make like the database query precisely. Otherwise, you have to like resolve all the permutations. But I do know the best practice is to use Elasticsearch, and I will like tweak the code so long as I have time to dive into it. Anyways, throughout this project, I started off by using the full text search, but it doesn't really support the fuzzy query. Another full flat stuff I don't want to mention about, but luckily at last, I pulled it off from the ground up, at least to some extent. So, all right, let's give you some demonstration. For one word, it's not that hard when there is only one word. You simply convert it to the regex and turn into a fuzzy query. And try searching the possible fields like what Jesse showed you before. But for two words, what I've done is only to support state and city, regardless their sequence. I wrote this logic to screen out 1, 2, or more words. So in this very 2-word code snippet, I've actually done two things. One is resolving the string with or without a comma, and it's all permutations. The other one is like doing the compound search in MongoDB. For further supporting the Google address suggestion, I have to admit I tried many different ways and like came with nothing. And things became harder when it comes to resolving like different combinations of the whole address, like the whole string would or would not contain suburb, and there is no certain pattern of the comma would be located on. So this very nerve-wracking string resolving ended up using multiple conditions handling to manage to like implement this feature, which I really try my best to cover as many edge cases as possible. Though I do know it's a bit of like a brute force, I'm not sure when the requirements keep like piling up, I can still manage to figure out the way or even like make it not get crashed. But for now, it works. That's what we can show you the best. Now I'm gonna hand it over to Gene. Go ahead, Gene.
Okay, thanks, Jack. And in this homepage, we also can see some banners here. And let's have a look at the first banner. The first banner is why chooses. We have designed the UI here, and if our customers have search needs and links, we also can put their links here. And the next banner is explore our properties. In this banner, the function equal to the search function, and user can click on the link to see the current property. And this equal to filter, which can filter the type of the properties. And the next banner also goes to the search result page. We can explore our properties here. And the banner recent properties for rent, list the current listings, and then users can directly click on the list properties to see their details. And the next one is explore cities. It's also a filter function. The filter is the name of the city and can list the properties of their locations. And we also designed a mobile responsive. And let's go to the mobile site to have a look. On the mobile side, we simplify these banners, leaving only the simplest search function here. And these functions are the same as the PC side. We can input some filter value and just search it. And then we can also click on these properties to see their details on the mobile side. Yeah, so these are all the functions we can do on our homepage. And then I will hand it over to JC to continue to introduce the next function.
Hi, thank you, JZ. So I'm going on talking about the search page. So on this page, users can see about the total number of the listed properties that we have. And they can also by clicking the button details to see the details of the property. So on this detail page, the user can see the address, the layout, the picture of the property, and also the price of the property. They can also see the available date of the property. And if there's no available date uploaded by the landlord, they can see available date now, and they can actually inquire later. So if they're interested in this property, they can click the request an inspection button, which will lead them to the inquiry form, which allows them to send email directly to the landlord, which later landlord can receive the email to see the potential tenants. So after they send the email inquiry to the landlord, they can actually see from their inspection request list about all the interesting properties that they have sent inquiry to. But this is only when they log in. If they do not log in, they can still send email to the landlord. So now let's try this email inquiry function. In this function, we require them to input email and name. And if they do not do that, they will receive an error here. So the email and name is a must input. Except for that, they do not have to write down message by themselves. They can simply click all these checkbox about the questions that they normally want to know about a property. So let's try this email. So let me input my email first. And my name second. So the phone number part is optional. They do not have to put the phone number for the privacy concern, and they do not need to put any message. But in this case, just I sent new. So after click the send inquiry button, they will receive a message. Sometimes it could be wrong. So let's see what happened here. So I'll try to send email here again. And then send inquiry. So I don't know what happened to this property. So there might be problem here about the data. So it will happen, but in this case, I'll choose another one to test. So let's try this time. Okay, so I can select this checkbox again and then send inquiry. So this one is okay. You can see there's a message about the success inquiry here. Now, if I check my inspection request, you can see that I have those two inquiry. So the reason why I got error for the first time is because this one is already in my data. So I actually already have inquired this one. So that's why I got an error for the first time. But the second time, because I haven't inquired this one before, which means I can actually inquire for the second time. So this time I get this one. I can also delete it if I want. Now, because for the demo, this is the property that I uploaded. So which means I'm potentially the landlord. Now I can see my email as a landlord that I have received this inquiry here. So in this email, the landlord can see the information from the tenant, which is the name and the email and the questions they're interested in. Now the landlord can choose to reply and also tell them about inspection or application information, the length of lease, and any other information they're interested in to send them to the tenants. All right, this is the function of the inquiry form. Now let's pass to Frank to talk about sorting and pagination. Frank, please.
Yeah, thanks, Jay-Z. So in terms of the page displaying search results, pagination and sorting are both fundamental functions to display the properties information in a clear and simple and visual way. So that's the reason why we decided to design this pagination and the sorting component by React. And the pagination component is compiled after the user clicks the search button, and the current page will be navigated to the searching result page from the home page. If the number of searching results are less than 5, they will only have one page here, of course. But if the number is over than 5, the pagination will be worked and split the result into 5 colors each page. Users can change the page by clicking the side buttons, the next and the previous button one by one. Also, they can directly click the digit buttons to jump to the page which they want. The first number digit button and the last number digit button won't be hidden no matter which button is clicked, so user can navigate back to the first page or the last page as they want. More, when the number of pagination is over the 5, like 6 or more, they will have an items to hide previous 5 pages. So it makes pagination clearer for users. And with regards to the sorting, it's actually based on the pagination component. We can see an input at the top right corner of the website. User can sort the price as a property by clicking the buttons, just the like what I showed before. So this is all about the sorting and the pagination in our project. Then let Rachel to display and introduce more about the function extension in the future. Hi, Rachel.
Thanks, Frank. In the future, our website will be upgraded. New function will be added. Firstly, we will charge customers for listing fee when their post more than 5. Secondly, add promotion function. Customers can boost their property's visibility. Thirdly, add a checkbox function. It will improve communication between tenants and landlords. Firstly, we will email customers newsletters regularly. And last, we will add agents portal and user performer management function, which can help user to edit their information. Okay, let's our team leader, Jesse, do the summary. Jesse. Hello.
Okay, so let's.
Thank you, Rachel. Sorry, I muted myself. Thank you for everyone by presenting excellently. By doing this project, we have learned a lot about full stack development as newbies, but also we know that yes, please. Thank you. So by doing this project, we have learned a lot about full stack development as newbies, but also we know that we still have heaps ahead of us to learn in terms of tech stack and code quality, but we are determined to become better developers. And last, thank you for listening our presentation, and any question, please feel free to ask. Thank you very much. So that's the end of our presentation.
哎，那你们最后那么一点的那个架构呢？8、9呢？
Right. Jesse, can you play that video by
Yep.
made by the DevOps?
Hi everyone, this is Ryan, and I will introduce the part of DevOps in this project.
Is it clear, everyone? It's okay?
Yes.
Cool.
First of all, let's take a look at the whole architecture for this project. Based on the principle of spending less and practicing more, we decided to use 2 cloud service platforms. One is Google Cloud Platform, aka GCP, and another one is AWS from Amazon. The reason why we choose GCP and AWS is that GCP has 400 credits for the initial account, and AWS has similar policy as well. We can see the very left-hand side. We got 9 developers, so version control is a quite important topic. We use Bitbucket as our remote code repository. Every single developer can create his own branch and do his own coding. After that, he can push it to the Bitbucket. The team lead can merge the branch with the feature change to the master branch after developers and DevOps engineers send him the pull request. To avoid the accidents, we have 2 environments. One is production and another one is UAT. Each one has its own Jenkins server and web server. In terms of the Jenkins server, we built it on the GCP. The Jenkins is containerized by Docker on GCP VM instance. For the front end, we deploy the static web page to the AWS S3 bucket via the Jenkins CI/CD pipeline. And then we set up the domain name on Route 53. We deploy the CDN on CloudFront. And for the backend, we just use the Jenkins to deploy, to push the image to Docker Hub and use EC2 to the image from the Docker Hub. And at the same time, we use the MongoDB as our database. Because we have 2 DevOps engineers with 1 Amazon account, so we use AWS IAM system to manage our account. Moreover, we can see more detail for CI/CD pipeline. For the front end, we just use this pipeline to build and deploy our static web page. We just install packages, build, install AWS CLI, and deploy to S3 bucket. That's a quite easy one. Let's take a look at the Backhand Pipeline. We will have a little bit different because we will need to use Docker to build image in the Jenkins server. And then we log in to the Docker Hub and push the image to the Docker Hub. And then we use SSH agent to remotely control the EC2 from the Jenkins server. And then we use that one to pull the Docker image from the Docker Hub to the EC2. And that's the backend pipeline. Thank you.